Okay, here we go. Lesson 3 of Module 2. Let's get into it. The 4 dietary regimens inside of PHS and human design, aligning your diet with your human design. So we're going to explore the 4 dietary regimens in human design, and this lesson is going to help you understand how to align your diet with your personal design for optimal health and well-being. Remember, you're going to need to be referencing your own personal design chart or that of friends or family members in order to kind of put the pieces all together. Hopefully that makes sense for you. Okie dokie. So, let me scooch myself again. So sorry, guys. Might have to move this one around a little bit. But an overview of the 6 dietary regimens. The first one is going to be appetite, focuses on simplicity and purity in food choices, and individuals are going to thrive on straightforward, uncomplicated foods and may benefit from mono eating, meaning they pick like one thing that they're eating, one meal plan that they're following every single day. Maybe they're having the same thing for breakfast, lunch, dinner every single day. It's very simplistic. They're going to be very basic ingredients oriented. Taste emphasizes variety and experimentation with flavors and cuisines. These people like to try all sorts of new things. They're going to like new spices and a diverse, colorful diet. Thirst highlights the importance of hydration and timing of food and drink intake. And they may benefit from structured hydration routines and meal timing. Touch focuses on the sensory experience of eating, including texture, temperature, and the physical act of eating. A preference for pleasing textures and eating environments. So these people love to dine out and have almost a more emphasis on the environmental experience and the presentation of the food than the actual taste and flavors and stuff that are going on with the food itself. Smell emphasizes the olfactory experience of eating. These individuals rely heavily on the sense of smell to determine their food choices. A pleasant or stimulating scent environment can enhance their appetite and satisfaction. And then last but not least, environment focuses on the visual experience of eating, and the individuals may benefit from visually appearing and well-presented meals. Eating in aesthetically pleasing environments can improve digestion and enjoyment. So similar to the touch one, right? Okay, let's get into these each individually and get a better idea of what we're looking at here. So let me see if I need to move myself. Yep. Scooch up here. Okay. Appetite regimen. Characteristics of the appetite regimen. Appetite focuses on simplicity, again, and purity with food choices, and individuals thrive, again, on straightforward, uncomplicated foods and have one type of food at a time and possibly the same meals day in and day out. These people never get bored with that, or they get stuck on one thing for a long time and stick with it until they switch, and then they're stuck on that new thing for a long time. They choose fresh, whole foods that are minimally processed and practice mindful eating and paying attention to natural flavors and textures in food. So it's going to be key if appetite is your regimen. And then the tips for this are going to be incorporate simple, fresh fruits, veggies into your diet, focus on mindful eating, and appreciate the natural qualities of your food. So try shopping at the farmer's market for fresh, natural stuff each week so that you have that in abundance for you all week long. Okay. So next up, we have the taste regimen. We already went over the characteristics, but we'll review it again. Taste emphasizes variety with experimentation, flavors, and cuisines. These individuals enjoy trying new foods and spices, and their diet should be diverse and colorful. They're going to need to incorporate a wide range of fruits, vegetables, herbs, spices, all the things into their meals and experiment with different cooking methods and international cuisines. So they're going to like to try grilling and air fryer, and they're going to bake stuff, and they're going to be the experimenters there. They're going to want to create meals that have a variety of colors, flavors, and textures, and explore new recipes and cooking techniques to keep the diet interesting and satisfying. They could get bored easily if they don't. Okay, so, oops, sorry, there we go. Next up is going to be the thirst regimen. This is an interesting one to me. It's not my regimen, but I find it really fascinating. Let's quickly review. Thirst regimen highlights the importance of hydration and timing of food and drink intake. And these individuals may benefit from a regimen that is structured around hydration and their meal timings for their body's natural rhythms. Dietary needs, they need plenty of water all throughout the day, and they need to pay attention to their thirst cues. Establish a routine for meal and fluid intake that aligns with their energy levels. So some are going to benefit, they're going to find that having a glass of water before their meal is best. Some of them need it during the meal as the food is going in, and others are going to have theirs post. You're going to experiment with that when you have thirst as your regimen. And then practical tips are going to be to set reminders to drink water regularly, because they do need it consistently all throughout the day. Experiment with different types of hydrating beverages, like herbal teas, flavoring your water with different fruits or herbs, those sorts of things, just to spice things up and change it up a little bit. And pay attention to how meal timing affects your energy and digestion and your overall thirst. Next up is going to be the touch regimen. Quick characteristics review. Touch focuses on the sensory experience of eating, including texture, temperature, and the physical act of eating. These individuals may prefer foods that are pleasing to touch and have a strong preference for the environment in which they eat. So these are going to be the people that like to eat with their hands potentially. They want to be in it as far as the meal is concerned, if that makes sense. Dietary needs, they're going to choose foods that have appealing textures and temperatures and that create a comfortable and pleasant eating environment. And practical tips, they want to experiment with different food textures, temperatures, play with the attention to your eating environment and create a space that enhances your dining experience. Trying foods from other cultures where they eat with their hands regularly, or they, rather than using utensils, maybe they're using like a pita bread, such as in Indian cultures, naan bread they're using to pick up the foods to eat, those sorts of things. Those experiences are going to be really fulfilling for someone with a touch regimen. Okay, the sound regimen. This is an interesting one to me as well. So, characteristics, the sound regimen focuses on auditory environment during meals, and individuals with this regimen are sensitive to the sounds around them while eating, which can significantly impact their digestion and overall dining experience. For these people, they need to eat in an environment with sound levels that are comfortable and conducive to relaxation. This might include quiet settings with specific types of music or natural ambient sounds, like eating outdoors, to enhance the eating experience and aid in digestion. So these are not the people that you're going to find necessarily having a wonderful dining experience inside a rowdy sports bar. That's not going to be the vibe for them. They're going to be the ones that are picnicking in the park, if that makes sense. So, practical tips. Identify and create an auditory environment that supports your eating habits. Experiment with different background sounds and noises, such as soft music, nature sounds, or even just complete silence. And notice how different sounds affect specifically your digestion and overall meal enjoyment. Okay, now the smell regimen. This is my regimen, and I can totally attest to this. I absolutely hate celery, and I can smell it from a mile away, and it just completely turns off any hunger urges that I might have as a result. So anyways, that's just a little about me. We'll get into it. So the smell regimen emphasizes the importance of the olfactory experience in eating. Individuals with this regimen have a heightened sense of smell, and their appetite and satisfaction can be greatly influenced by the aromas of their food and surroundings. Dietary needs, they're going to need to choose foods with appealing and stimulating smells. That makes sense, right? And pay attention to how different scents affect their hunger and enjoyment of meals, creating a dining environment with pleasant aromas that enhance the eating experience. So, for instance, if they're dining out and somebody nearby has a really strong cologne or perfume on, that can have a negative impact on the dining experience itself. And again, if they're, if they walk in somewhere and the aromas are just, mouth watering, that's a real thing and a real reaction for somebody with a smell regimen. Practical tips are going to be use lots of herbs, spices, and aromatic ingredients to enhance the smell on your meals and avoid eating environments with unpleasant or overpowering odors. Consider using essential oils or scented candles to create a pleasant dining atmosphere. So, a little tip, if you're dating someone similar to me who has a smell regimen, then you're going to want to set the tone for the evening with scents, not just the environment itself as far as like candlelight and things like that. Okay, next up is going to be the environment regimen. Characteristics review real quick. The environment regimen highlights the visual aspects of an eating environment, and individuals with this regimen benefit from visually appealing and aesthetically pleasing dining environment, and the presentation of the food and the setting are greatly impact their appetite and their enjoyment of the meal itself. Dietarily, they're going to focus on the presentation of food, ensuring it's visually attractive, and create dining environment that's clean, organized, and aesthetically pleasing, and use elements like table setting, lighting, decor to enhance the visual appeal of their meals. So something coming out of the kitchen that's all just very beige and blah, no matter how healthy it might be, and it could be compiled completely of superfoods, it's just not going to hit for someone with an environment regimen. Practical tips for this are going to be to arrange your food in visually appealing ways, using colorful ingredients and thoughtful plating, eat in environments that are visually pleasing, sit outdoors where there's a view, something along those lines, and free of clutter. They want an organized, clear, clean space, and incorporate elements like flowers on the table, art, a scenic view to enhance your dining experience. It'll be overall much better for someone with an environment regimen. Okay, how are we going to implement this? Understand which regimen you are, what you have, and the specifics of it, so that you know what you need to do in order to align with it. Gradually implement it, even try going against it and see how the experience is. Incorporate the recommended foods and the recommended practices into your daily routine and document it for yourself. Explore new recipes that are easy for you, that are tailored to your regimen. Try it out and see how that feels and how how you experience it digestively, emotionally, and overall energetically. And then plan your meals. But don't just plan meals. I mean, that's really important too, so you can prep meals or shop appropriately, but also plan the environment in which you're going to eat them, the experience, all of it, right? Sit down and take some time to do that each week so you can really implement this into your life. Okay, so the benefits of following your regimen. Improved digestion, which is huge for so many people. Better digestion and increased energies as a result. Enhanced alignment. You're going to have a sense of overall peace and well-being when everything's been aligned. Natural needs and preferences can improve overall health. And then many individuals have reported significant improvements in their health and well-being after following their specific dietary regimen, because holistically your whole body is experiencing that meal. Whether you have a taste regimen, an environment regimen, a touch regimen, if you're incorporating that regimen in and then incorporating foods that align with your determination as well, the experience overall is going to holistically make you feel very well balanced and reduced stress. Already aligning with your human design causes less resistance in your life, but then additionally aligning the way you eat and the way you experience food will just cause it to be a very peaceful experience for you. Okay, so homework and action steps. Here we are. We're going to choose our regimen, figure out which regimen aligns with our design, implement it, and like always, journal about it for a week and share our results here in the collective. And then we're going to reflect on it and see what worked for us and what didn't, and what we'd like to keep and what we'd like to throw away, and implement that in so that we can really live in alignment and have that stress-free eating experience, which for many of us is completely transformational. Last but not least, let's wrap it up. So we've covered an overview of the 6 dietary regimens. We've explored the practical ways to implement them and tips to do so, and the benefits of aligning with our dietary regimen. I want to encourage you to continue to explore and experimenting with your dietary regimen, and remember the importance of aligning your diet with your human design for optimal holistic health. Next up, we're going to gather all the information for a week or so and observe the changes and continue to refine that approach to live more in alignment. So, happy eating. Enjoy it, have fun with it, try different things out, experiment, see what fits for you, and please definitely share in the collective.